Hey everybody, yep, I know, I'm back. Okay, so I'm on right now with Debbie, and Debbie lives in Stuart, Florida, and Debbie is one of our master trainer practitioners, and she hosted the last training we did in Florida, and today Debbie's going to talk about two things, and you're going to love this. She's going to talk about Emmett, her dog, and her dog, I think, is 13. Is he 13?
14 and a half.
14 and a half. Okay, come on, guys. Come on, 14 and a half. Wait till you hear this story about cancer and her beautiful little Emmett. Okay, then after we do that story, we're going to talk about skin cancer with a patient that Debbie's going to be treating. And she said, I want to talk to you about it, bounce it off, what you think. And so she's going to bounce it off of me. We're going to bounce it here, and we're going to show you how we work, okay, how I work with my trainers. Understand, when you take a course with us and become a New World practitioner, you can call me anytime, as often as you want. We're going to strategize to give everybody what they deserve, and that is perfect health. Okay, so Debbie, take it away.
Okay, everybody. Last month on the 29th of June, Emmett went in, he started vomiting, and he became very lethargic, and I had to take him to the emergency vet about midnight, and it was a Thursday night, and his blood sugar was very high. He was dehydrated, they started a line.
Can I say something? Understand something, everyone. When somebody's blood sugar is very high, whether it's a dog or a cat or a human being, okay, understand that's when you're dumping adrenaline and cortisol because the body is being stressed out on an emotional or physical level. Go ahead, Deb.
So, I noticed some changes over the last 6 months with his fur. We did also some non-surgical, in March, which also gave relief.
Which is using, it's an elbow technique that we do on humans, and we're able to go in and, I don't know if anybody watched, but I just did a lecture, not last night, but the night before, and a gentleman, he's going to be coming to Coffs Harbor, Debbie. I hope you know this. He had a tumor this big, and it's on his neck. And guess what he's supposed to do? Mm-hmm. Go to surgery and get it cut out. Now, people can believe it or not believe it, but guess what Dr. Wolf did? Daryl did. I went in there in 15 minutes, Debbie. You couldn't find it. It was not cancer. It was scar tissue wrapped in calcium, and I didn't even have a cell-sonic. If I had a cell-sonic, I could have went in and changed it at the mitochondrial level, but I actually, remember, go back and watch it, everybody, if you don't believe me, okay? Go back and watch this video. It's the lecture I did the other night. I'm getting my staff to actually splice this out because before he came, he says, yes. The woman says, my husband, he has cancer. He's got a big tumor on the side of the neck. They want to go in and operate. Can you help him? I said, I'll tell you what. I will come. You come. And they traveled 8 hours, Debbie, to get here. They came here, and I said, you come. I can't tell you that I can get rid of it, but I will make you feel like a miracle has happened within 10 to 15 minutes. And now it's all on video. I could have had a pie in my face on this one. And understand, I had two people feel it. And at the end of it, I go, so what's there? He says, well, I think 20% is left. And then he came up and said, oh my God, I just didn't want to say that the whole thing was gone. This guy was so miserable all night for the first 2.5 hours of lecture. Couldn't get him to smile. Couldn't get him to do anything. And understand something. He's looking at life completely different. How do you like being told you've got a tumor in your neck, you have to have surgery to cut it out, and you don't want to go to surgery, your wife doesn't want you to go, and then you drive 8 hours, and then Dr. Wolf, some quack, takes his elbow, goes in, pulls the scar tissue apart, and even this guy didn't even have an attitude that would help the problem or the program, but understand something, we brought the thunder down, and he had no tumor. 10, 15 minutes, Debbie. So I need everyone to get this. This is not to tell you that you've been lied to. This is to tell you that the people that are telling you that you need surgery, that, this is the end. Okay, this is the end. There's no other way. They're not lying to you. That's all they know. But understand something. This is why I am a controversial practitioner. because you are not allowed to do anything except conform. Debbie, tell your story.
So, during the last, few months, we've also put him on nutraceuticals. So he was on the Detox tea every day. He's doing black diamond. He's doing black gold. He's taking a son. He was only on one mushroom before we had this incident occur.
Before he had the cancer. So he was diagnosed with what kind of cancer?
So he was diagnosed with, hold on, I got the report.
This is Emmett, everyone. Emmett is a beautiful little dog. He's 14 and a half years old, and he was fed crap before Debbie got him. And when did you get him, Debbie? How old was he? He was fed, you know what he's fed? Kibble. Kibble is nothing but Oreo cookies. Okay? All right.
For 6.5 years.
Yes.
For the first 6.5 years. So they did an ultrasound when he was in the vet back on 6/30, and the conclusion was large adrenal masses and concern for malignancy, carcinoma, or phenochromoscytoma. And they wanted to do a testing. The pituitary axis is warranted, and serial blood pressure measurements may identify phenochromoscytoma. And at that point, when he, at that point, it was the next day in the afternoon. The doctor even talked to me about putting him down or doing surgery. And I said, we're not doing surgery on a 14-and-a-half-year-old dog.
That's like doing surgery on somebody in their 90s, and then guess what? You go in there and you go ahead and do it. I'm not telling anybody what to do, but you go in and do surgery and try to take out a tumor, and the actual drama that you're going to cause those cells is going to be stage 5 inflammation and the scar tissue that's going to be left. We are vibrational beings, everyone. Do whatever you want to do. But the day that you want to forget about you being a spirit being, light energy, electrical magnetic being, you can just kiss your butt goodbye. Debbie, go ahead.
So I basically said, I just want to take my dog home. He was pretty out of it when I left the vet. I didn't know what to expect. Literally, when we came right in the door, I do have a cell-sonic machine. We went right from the car to the room.
Can I tell them what that is, Debbie? Can I take a second, please? Because there's people on here that...
Yes.
Okay, so understand something. This is the thunder. A cell-sonic is 25,000 volts put into a field. Does everybody understand you have a field called an aura, your energy field? And your energy field actually pulsates. Your energy field is where all the information is stored that you know, and even more than you know. And understand, people don't get this. We have been so dumbed down just to be a piece of meat, which we're being sold off by the pound. And understand, this cell sonic, which you'll see tomorrow when I do the Perfect Day. I'm doing a Perfect Day training here in Melbourne, Australia. And I'm doing it from 10 o'clock a.m. until 5 o'clock, and it's free, okay? It's all about being free at the beginning because most people aren't worth anything. And we got to prove to them that they are worth something, because you are. You're worth everything. You have value beyond what you think. And once you know that you value yourself, you'll be able to gift the world with what you know. Tomorrow I'll be at Belgrave South Primary School, Gilmore Avenue, Belgrave South. And if you'd like to go and attend this, I would like you to, those of you in Australia, if you would please, call Andrea Exton at +61 420 313 255. That's +61 420 313 255. And no matter where you are around the world, anytime I do a lecture, anytime I come on, you're going to be able to watch this for free. Let me tell you something. Find your gift and share it with everyone. And let's come together as a BraveHeart family. Debbie, take it away. Now, the cell sonic will decalcify the mitochondria. It'll shut down stage 4 inflammation. It will bring tissue regeneration in an instant. Think about it. 25,000 volts put into a love harmonic, and it absolutely has no negative side effects. Go ahead, Deb.
So we came in that afternoon, and I went right to the cell sonic machine, and we did 100 pulses on each adrenal.
Yeah.
On each side, and me and you discussed it before I even picked him up. I was able to call you and discuss what the treatment plan would be. So we did, let's see, we're on the 4th round of 5 days on, 3 days off, and we're almost done with that. Okay, we also, we increased his mushrooms from 1 mushroom a day to 4 to 6 a day.
Now, these mushrooms are called thunder shrooms. They grow on the side of trees in the mountains, okay, in Asia, and they're 90 years old, 40 years of study. Nothing on the planet will reverse the immune system in a cat, a dog, a horse, and a human being faster than these thunder shrooms. And you can go to my library at docofdetox.com and watch the videos. But understand, I make no claims that I can't back up. Go ahead, Debbie.
So within like 3 days, he was like a new dog. It just...
and they gave him a death sentence, didn't they? They gave him a death sentence.
On Friday, they gave him a death sentence. By Monday morning, he was probably about 80 to 90%. And then by the end of that week, he was eating completely normal, back to the normal amount of food that, you know, he was normally intaking.
Yes.
His weight is back up because before this happened, he had dropped like a pound.
Right.
So he's eating, I mean, he's put on the weight again. And his fur, so from his waist down, he had lost a lot of the fur before, and it was very wiry. So since we've been salsonic and increased the mushrooms, the fur is very soft again. He doesn't, he was also starting to stink every 3 to 5 days. I was having to give him a bath.
1 second, Debbie. I just want everybody to know that if your armpits smell, if your crotch smells, if your breath smells, you're rotting out. Now say it back. I'm rotting out if I've got bad breath. And if you've got halitosis, you're full of worms. And those worms didn't come in your food. You actually hatched those worms and created them in your body because you were rotting out in your pelvis, which was your large intestine. Your large intestine's the Holy Grail. Go ahead, Debbie.
So it's, just so you know, it's about 10:30 at night over here. So he's a little tired because he goes to bed. So, he's running around like a new dog. He's still 14 and a half. He's not like a puppy, but he's definitely, he's very much alert. He knows it's mango season, and I love mangoes. And so every time I cut a mango up, he is in the kitchen begging for a piece of his mango.
Yes.
And, he's just doing great. It's just his normal self, the way that he was.
Beautiful.
So,
and understand something, everyone, whether it was Emmett the dog or it was Julie the human being, don't let anybody give you a death sentence unless you want one. And that's it. And understand, are people lying to you? No, they're not lying to you. I'm telling you what they're doing. They're being trained because they can't give you anything but what they've been trained. Do they have good hearts? Yes. Are they human beings? Yes. But they've been trained that there's a death sentence there. And understand something. Nobody's allowed to give you an expiry date. You have to understand, dogs, cats, people are given expiry dates because they're going, well, if you're the majority of the population, then and you do this, this, and this, then you're only going to live this long. But what if I wasn't the majority? What if I was the minority? What if I actually unconditionally loved myself and did everything different, and it was in a high vibration from emotion to nutrition to everything? Well, then I just changed the game, didn't I? So we are going to have to learn how to master our own bodies, because those people that have been accredited and approved by the government, they've held back information to them. End of story. You can like it, don't like it. You can like me, don't like me. But at the end of the day, you better love yourself. Debbie?
So one other thing that I did notice, and I don't know that I mentioned it to you before, was when all this was going on and he had gotten, when he was in the vet, his eyes were very cloudy, and like he had major cataracts where he actually couldn't even see. And as soon as we started doing the Cell-Sonic, it also straightened out the cataracts. I mean, he still has a slight bit of cataracts, normal for his age, but he's definitely much better. I mean, it was just one other thing that I noticed that was going on with him.
What can you reverse? Well, what can't you reverse, everyone? Did somebody say to you, there's no cure? Well, the person who said that, they're not lying. But I'm telling you, you are the cure for yourself. You need to have strategy, and you need to take action, massive take action on a personal level. You know, nobody makes plans for you except for yourself. So he's bouncing around all over the place, isn't he? And everybody, just know this, we are going to be doing videos to show you how to do wolf non-surgical, the most powerful body work, on a small dog, a medium dog, and a large dog. And we're going to be putting that together over the next probably 6 months to a year. We're actually going to do videos to get those to the owners of these pets so that you don't have to see your pet having pelvic problems, spinal problems, or any other problems. And understand something, everyone. Your dog does not have to be sick, and either do you, okay? What do you think, Debbie?
I think it's very true, everything that you're saying. And basically, people need to understand that it is massive personal action if they want to heal themselves. If they don't take the time to do what is necessary, or they don't believe in the fact that they can heal themselves, then
they won't. Then they won't.
Know?
Now, Debbie, when we're done here, I really need you to go back on the platform here, especially on Facebook. Answer any questions. Give your address. Give your name. Give the name of your clinic. Okay, your email. Anybody that lives in Florida, Debbie has a Cell-Sonic, I'm telling you. And she's a master trainer. She knows what she's doing. So if you've got a pet, or you are the pet of yourself and you want to have better health, you know, from your dog to your children to yourself, she's going to be there to help you. Debbie, what's your phone number?
So it's 305
yes.
342 9559. And you can look us up on our website, stewarthealthandhealing.com. And you can email me at dswain, that's DSWAIN 1202 at att.net.
Okay, now everybody, you're going to get a little treat here. Okay, this is what I do for all my practitioners. So understand something, the learning never stops. You take a course from us. I do an advanced training for you every week, and I mean free for the rest of your life. You get non-surgical training by Dr. Sage Wolf and other master practitioners for the rest of your life. Understand, whether you're coming to actually take a course to help yourself and your family, or because you're a professional and you want to bring your game up, or you thought, wow, I could never do this. Yes, you can. You can do anything I can do, and you can actually get your doctorate through BHN University. That's BraveHeart Nation University. We have been approved by over 220 higher learning schools throughout the world, and you can check that out. But you can go all the way to naturopathic doctor if you want. Okay, doctorate of natural medicine. You can also get your Indigenous doctorate from us as well. And that will give you protection against the white man government, if you know what I'm talking about. Now, Debbie, you had a question about a client that's going to be coming to see you, and she has skin cancer. Can you tell me about that? Let's go over it.
So she was diagnosed with melanoma.
Okay.
And she has an area just on her arm here, right in this area. So right now she's working. Also, her sister has worked with you, and they have, you guys have set her up on a program. So she's been on the nutraceuticals. She's right now doing the 6-day advanced water fast,
which is coming up. We have a 6-day advanced water fast coming up, I think around August, early August. So people check into that, because advanced water fasting releases autophagy and stem cells. Autophagy means your body's going to go in and eat up things that are eating you up. And that means right up to stage 4 inflammation. It's going to get rid of cysts. It's going to get rid of adhesions. It's going to get rid of lesions. It's going to get rid of everything that you don't want, because you're bringing your vibration up. And it also creates stem cells. So you'll want to maybe check that out. But guys, if I can, Debbie, Understand something. She has melanoma. What is that? Well, it's skin cancer. Well, no, it isn't. It started off as a symptom. First, she got itchy. Then she got a little bit eczema. Then it went to psoriasis. Then from there, it goes to skin cancer because it's all the same thing. Her body started talking to her and she didn't know what to do. She doesn't know how to skin brush. She doesn't know how to salt glow. She doesn't know that her skin, okay, is the mirror of her large intestine, and you can't have any skin problems, none, no skin problems, if you had a large intestine that was completely healthy and wealthy with good bacteria, not bad bacteria and fungus. And understand, you want to get skin cancer? Well, the first thing you need to do is just go and get some antibiotics. You should only take antibiotics if you're in a life-threatening, acute, critical situation, not a chronic one. Do you get that? Look it up. Look up the difference. And I'm not telling nobody not to do anything. You do whatever you want. I'm just talking about what I would do if I was in a situation. And understand this. You do antibiotics, you'll turn the yeast into a fungus. When that happens, they drill holes through your large intestine. Now you're putting candida, which is a fungus, into your bloodstream. So then guess what? You don't get a fungal problem, which is all the way to cancer, unless you're full of fungus inside. So we can work on it externally with the Cellsonic, with DMSO, with frankincense, okay, with silver bullet gel, and mix that and do packs, which we're going to talk about. But guess what? If she doesn't go in and get the cork out of her butt and clean up that colon and change the good bacteria the bad bacteria into good bacteria, and then change the fungus back into yeast, because the fungus drills holes. Antibiotics vibrate below zero. And when you take them, they turn on the fungus that's supposed to be turned on when you're dead. Did you get that? Everything is a frequency. So now we've got to take that screen door of a large intestine and build it into an immune wall. So we got to heal those holes. Okay, so we got to do colon cleansing, which means we're going to put her on black gold. We're going to put her on daily cleansing tea. Okay, we're going to get her to do the ultimate coffee enema, not just a coffee enema, where she is going in and purging out her liver, and that dumps into the colon, and we're going to be using things like black gold and tummy love so we can suck it all up so that the poisons from the liver don't go back into her bloodstream. That's what a normal coffee enema will do, and we're not going to do that. We're also going to get her to do vaginal infusions. So anybody who wants to know about that, if you get a Perfect Day Consult, you'll get the Perfect Day Guide, which is over 400 pages, and it'll show you vaginal infusions. It'll show you the ultimate coffee enema. It'll show you how to do everything to take massive personal action. And then she's on a Perfect Day diet for a while already, and now she's doing a 6-day advanced water fast so she can release the autophagy, which goes in and eats up everything that shouldn't be there. And then the stem cells. You do a 6-day advanced water fast, you'll dump the same amount of stem cells as if you spent $100,000 on stem cell therapy. The human body is the chemist. The human body is the healer. And we're going to show you how to unleash that. So now, Debbie, you got questions? Go ahead.
So I actually spoke with her a little while ago. I haven't met her yet. I've only been on the phone with her. Her sister has been working with her, setting her up. So she is doing all the other stuff.
Right.
But today she is on the 6th day of her advanced water fast, and I asked her how it was going, and she says, great, she's feeling great. And I said, well, then you need to go a little further. She said that the actual sore on her arm was actually shrinking.
Yes.
And I said, perfect.
Yeah.
So it's shrinking and it's going away. And
yep. I just lost you.
So anyway, so as long as she's feeling good, I told her to continue it. The weight, her weight is not an issue as far as her being too thin, that she, it's not going to hurt her to lose a few more pounds.
Right.
And now we're going to go into, she's going to come see me for the Cellsonic. And so we're going to start detoxing her body.
Right.
Along with, doing the ultimate coffee enema, and she is doing the vaginal infusions. So my question to you is that she is 6 hours away from me, and so we have to kind of set up a plan. So I wanted to know, what kind of things we're going to be doing.
Well, first of all, make sure that she stays on the advanced water fast, not 6 days, not 7, not 8. Tell her to take it as long as she can. and make sure that she's doing 5-minute break, and where she puts her head down and just relax every hour. And tell her to try to focus on not meditation, but a walking meditation where nothing goes in and causes any chaos or anxiety. So tell her to stay away from any family members or anything that causes anxiety. She needs to honor and respect and love herself. I'm serious. We don't tell this to people. You do not go near anyone that triggers you. You do not go near any lifestyle things that trigger you while you're doing this. Love and honor and respect your body. Okay, make sure she goes as long as she can on that, and then stay in touch with me. Okay, that's the most important thing. Remember, everyone, if she revitalizes her large intestine and her liver, she gets her life back. Now, if she takes on the Perfect Day diet, which she did, and then she comes and she heals herself, what she's going to, and we'll come back on, won't we, Debbie, and we'll prove this. We'll take a picture of her arm in a few weeks, and there won't be anything there. There'll be nothing left because of the Cell Sonic, which is a 25,000 volt device that goes into a field harmonic. Just think about this. I need everyone to wrap your head around this. And a doctor cannot lie about this. A frequency turns cancer on and it turns it off. Your vibration is everything. And everything that you eat, everything you drink, and everything you think, if it was high vibrational and based on unconditional love and care, you would not be in this problem and can turn it around. Do not anybody give you a death sentence. Now with the Cell Sonic, you'll be doing that. Now with the Cell Sonic, you just need to do, what is it, about 1 inch by 1 inch?
Probably, I only saw it on a picture, so I would say it's probably 1 inch by 1/2 inch to 1 inch, yeah.
Okay, so that's great. So, and is she coming for just one day?
Well, that's what we're discussing, so that way she can, she can stay up to 3 days, 4 days.
Okay, so
it depends on what you want to do or what we're going to talk about. Because I told her the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up her spine.
That's right.
Non-surgical.
1,200 pulses on the spine. Right. Do an hour to an hour and a half. And everybody, just so you know, when Debbie does the non-surgical on her spine, if she has lost 2 inches in her height, which we seem to lose inches because what happens is the actual discs in between your vertebrae get dehydrated. That's the only reason why you lose. She will, after Debbie works on her, she will be 1.25 inches to 1.5 inches taller. So that will bring that back. And by doing that, it's not as compressed. And your spinal fluid picks up all this information from your body, takes it to your brain, tells your brain what chemicals and hormones to dump in the body. So we need that flow to be cyclical, going right down to the pelvis, coccyx, picking up information all the way through, telling the brain what hormones and chemicals, because guess what? Every drug that was ever made, they've tried to duplicate your brain. And your brain makes every drug for healing, if you actually knew that. So we want to make sure that we already know her colon's open. I hope she's doing the ultimate coffee enema at least once a day while she's on the fast, and maybe even twice a day, and doing vaginal infusions, Debbie.
She is doing the vaginal infusions. I didn't ask her about the ultimate coffee enema every day.
Well, that has to be done. And understand this, and this is really crucial, and people don't do this. When you are doing an advanced water fast, or even in your life, if you say, I feel sick to my stomach, okay, you don't hold that, because all the issues in your tissues, and there's so much in your stomach that you've swallowed so much bullshit. And I have to say bullshit, not BS, in your life. When that gets released from doing the fasting, doing the better diet, she could feel nauseous. You need to go over the therapeutic vomiting. And if she does that right, she's going to bring all of that acid out. Remember something. The more acid she brings out of her body, whether it's through the ultimate coffee enema, the vaginal infusion, the colon cleansing, the fasting, the therapeutic vomiting is the gateway to the beginning of the large intestine, which is the highway to life. And if she were to do therapeutic vomiting and clean her stomach out, did you know, Debbie, that she can increase her hydrochloric acid by 300 to 500%. So now she digests better for the rest of her life. You've got to get rid of the mucus. You got to get rid of the invisible and the physical toxins out of the stomach. So that's going to be really important. And tell her to go look in the Perfect Day Guide, or to look at everything that she needs to do with massive personal action. go into the BraveHeart Nation library, or otherwise go to docofdetox.com, click on the library, and go into the do-it-yourself guide if she hasn't seen that, okay?
Okay.
All right, now as far as the arm goes, we want to use as much DMSO as possible. DMSO, everyone, we have it in rose cream, and we have it in a gel. The gel is stronger. I want her to use the gel. I want her to take, let's say, so if it's an inch by an inch, first of all, on the cell sonic wise, you should be cell sonicking it about, if it's an inch, right? We know we want to do 100 pulses. You're going to do 50 pulses around the area and 50 pulses right on it. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So now after you've done the pulses, then you're going to take the DMSO gel. Then you're going to take, tell her to do a skin test. But we want to use, she's better if she buys the frankincense from us. That's the strongest frankincense in the world, everyone. But if she can't afford it, tell her just to get the frankincense from us. And then tell her to take at least for that area, no less than 2 drops. I'd like her to use even 6 to 8 drops with the DMSO, okay? And then she can take a little sprinkle of the black diamond powder, okay? And just a couple drops of the fulvic and about 3 drops of the C60, okay? Coconut oil. Okay. Now, she takes that and tell her to make a jar of it. Like, take that combination and make a jar of it up so she has it. And tell her to make up just a little bit to test it first. And then what I want her to do is I want her to put that on, and she's going to put that on. Are you ready for this? She's going to put it on every half hour to an hour. Now, if it starts to get red and really inflamed, then what she's going to do is just use now silver bullet gel and a little bit of C60, and she'll do that until the inflammation comes down. And there's nothing wrong with the inflammation that we're creating. Okay, so get that. But then, as soon as it comes down a little bit, then she's going to go right back to that combination. And guess what, everyone? Whether you want to believe this or not, I want her to take a strong combination of that and put it on a Band-Aid at night, and like a little bit thicker, and then put it right over the area and let it soak all night. Now, whether you want to believe this or not, everyone, I don't call it cancer. It's not cancer, okay? What it actually is stage 4 inflammation on her skin. And understand, everybody, the sun is not dangerous. Well, of course, if you're going to lay in it and pretend you're a piece of bacon and destroy your skin. But the reality is we don't get skin cancer from the sun. What happens is when you're toxic on the inside, you sweat. And wherever there's a weak link in the body, when the sweat comes to the surface, it ignites with the sun, then we have a problem. If you are never toxic, okay, if you're never toxic, and you don't need to be toxic, you're only toxic because you were programmed to off yourself without you knowing it. But the reality is, the more toxic you are, the more crap you put in your mouth, the more crap you put in your mind. After a while, your body fills up with toxins. Guess what? It comes to the surface. And now that's your body talking to you and telling you that all your detox organs are full of toxins and you're on your way out, baby, if you don't wake up. Debbie?
So let's talk about the 100 pulses on that area. If she's here because she's driving 6 hours.
You got to do it. You got to do it. Yeah, but I'm not done. You need to make sure that you've done the 1200 and the non-surgical on her spine. And you better make sure that you've also done the non-surgical on her whole abdomen area. Do you understand?
Okay.
Because what did I say? I said it was her large intestine, Debbie. Do you know the adhesions that she's got in her large intestine? And understand, you need to pull all those adhesions apart in her abdomen. And then I need you to, wherever you found the adhesions, make sure you take your diagram out of your Perfect Day guide and mark that off. All right?
Okay.
And then I need you to make sure that you cell sonic the abdomen, but focus on the area where the adhesions were. And then I need you to, one more thing, I need you to do 100 pulses on either side of her groin. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Okay. That's it.
Now, so we'll do the spine one day, and then we'll do the abdomen the next day.
That's right.
how many times for the arm? Like, should we do her arm like a couple?
Oh, no,
days
no,
in a
no.
row?
You're going to do the arm today. You'll do it tomorrow. You know, if she came in the morning, I would do her arm. Understand, once you do the arm once, you shut things down. But we're not doing the arm again to try to shut things down. We're doing the arm to create a new frequency. Okay. You understand it, but I need the audience to explain to this. Every cell runs a program. It's either a program of courage and confidence, which is high frequency, or it's a program of lower. Remember something, the same program you run here, you run in your cells. How many people here know that every cell has a spine, a liver, it has kidneys, it has every organ the body does? And how many people know that every time that you terrorize yourself and go into a trauma, you create a thickening on every cell, especially area that feels it's the most traumatized. And when you create that thickening, what happens is you can't get the frequencies in here, and then you get constipation, stagnation in your cells, and then you get mitochondrial damage. How many people know that you have to have mitochondrial damage in any cell to have a disease? And a disease is just a symptom. And the reality is, if somebody has skin cancer, which is stage 4 inflammation, that means that they've got calcification in the cells, because calcium was pulled from the body to go into the cell to try to stop the stage 4 inflammation, to keep the pH proper. And one pulse from a cell sonic will crack the coconut or the calcium shell around the mitochondria. The mitochondria will then be able to spin again. Anybody with any type of disease, the mitochondria will only spin 300 to 600 times per second. When you break that calcium bond, it will go back to 2,500 times per second. Now it'll make ATP, which is the energy for healing, the energy for excitement, for life. I love you. I love my life. I have so much energy. I'm just so excited. And guess what? And that ATP will then be pushed outside the cell, where a lightning bolt will go off as soon as it comes out outside the cell, and it creates a brand new cell, a healthy one. So guess what? You might want to think about this. Every disease in the human body that they call a disease is just a chronic message from the body, keeps signaling you louder and prouder to say, why can't you love me? And understand that. So it's all about balance, and it's all about you waking up. What else, Deb?
So because she lives 6 hours away, when will she come back?
2 weeks.
Okay.
And understand, she's going to come back in 2 weeks, and then she'll come back in 2 weeks again. She's only come to you 3 times. And I'm going to say this, in 6 weeks, that stage 4 inflammation is gone. She's got beautiful skin. And guess what? Then she's going to get down on her knees, and she's going to thank God, please, for that melanoma, because just because of that one little bit of melanoma, she has got her life back. She's got energy back. She feels like a lean, keen, beautiful, energetic machine, and she can think clear, and she's now making plans, and she just renewed herself. End of story. So thank God for the melanoma. Thank God for the doctors that scared her, because now she went and seeked you out, and now she gets her life back, and now you're going to teach her how she becomes her own practitioner, and how nobody is allowed to give her a death sentence.
Perfect.
There.
Yes. And she's doing great. I mean, just from talking to her on the phone, she is taking massive personal action.
Well, that's what you need to do. If you don't do that, you've got nothing.
Right. And she does have the support of her husband, because he is going to come down with her, and he's going to be right there, helping her with anything that she needs. So that's a great thing.
And here's the problem, everybody, and I don't mind saying it, because supposedly I'm a man. I don't know anymore, because everything's changing out there. But the reality is that, guess what? Men don't opt into this because it costs money, and they're so narrow, most of them. And I can say that, men, I apologize, but that's what you are. You're narrow. And the women are always trying to get their men to try to love and care for themselves, which is almost impossible for a man. And when he comes there, Debbie's going to he's going to do a flip switch. He's going to leave there going, oh my God, honey, I will listen to you from now on. I mean it. guess what? And guess what? That little melanoma is just going to not and just improve her life. It'll improve their relationship, where he will respect her and honor her more for holding the line and not going the other path. And that's it. You know what? Once you decide it's your body, you need to become your own practitioner, and that you love yourself enough that you're going to do something different. And you know what? If it scares you a little bit and excites you a lot, you jump on that horse.
Yep. It is, it's just, everything is amazing. It's just, when you open up your mind and your heart and you take the massive personal action, it is amazing what this body can do.
Debbie, can you tell everybody where they can go for non-surgical Perfect Day Consult and sell Sonic? Where is that again?
That is in Stuart, Florida, here. And my number again is 305-342-9559. And you can look us up on the website, stuarthealthandhealing.com.
And everybody just know that we'll be in Bonita, Florida in October. Go to braveheartnation.com if you'd like to come to my free lecture in Bonita, Florida. And if you'd like to come and see Debbie and experience Cell Sonic in Bonita, Florida, I will have it there during the whole month, where we're doing the training of the Whole Life Coach, the Wolf Non-Surgical, the Pelvic course, and get there and meet Debbie. Especially if you live in Florida, you need to know that you can trust in her. Okay, she walks the walk, she talks it too. Okay, Debbie, is there anything you'd like to say?
Just appreciate you a lot. You know, you're there all the time, and you walk the walk and talk the talk. So anytime, like you said, anytime that we need anything, you're right there, and you are appreciated.
And you are too, Debbie. And understand, we want to create practitioners all over the world, and we're coming together as New World practitioners because there's a new world coming. And just know this, we're going to be part of it because we decided to, not because someone invited us. We don't need an invitation to go out there and create a BraveHeart nation. Thank you, Debbie.
Thanks, Doc. I appreciate everything.
God bless, girl.
See you later. Have a safe travels and a fun time.
I will. We're having a great time. We're going to go down. Lori and I are going to go out. She's waiting for me right now. And we're going to go. We're here in Melbourne. We're going to go down to the water, and we're going to do some walking and some shopping. All right, everybody?
Okay, well, enjoy, and I'll be looking for you on Facebook.
All right, sweetie. Have a beautiful day. Bye, Emmett. Have a good night.
Tell Lori I said hi. Talk to you guys later. Bye.
I will, sweetie. So, everybody, if you're in the neighborhood, if you live in Melbourne, we have about 5 seats left. Belgrave South Primary School, Gilmore Avenue, Belgrave South. It's free, and it's me. I don't know what that means, but, you know, if you want to be there, 9:30, the doors open, 10 o'clock I start, and we'll end it around 4 or 5 o'clock. We will be coming on live as well, because guess what? We are family, and don't you ever forget that. We are family, everybody. And please check it out, braveheartnation.com, and you'll see our new university that we're opening up in Puerto Rico. And like I said, we just put in a course for Puerto Rico. It's January the 31st will be the first course of the year, and it'll be in Puerto Rico. The last course of the year will be in Bonita, Florida. That's in October. And then we're going to be also in Texas, Kelowna, and Barrie, Ontario. And we're looking at putting one more in California. We've got some people looking for some places. And just know this, we're only getting started. You have a beautiful day, everyone. God bless.
Bye.
Bye.